Well, so for one, the book is so fabulous. I actually cried. I was discharged from the hospital with a newborn, first time mom, but I was very well informed, very committed to breastfeeding, was not provided with much information about how to know if your baby's getting enough. I had The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding.
So did I.
Yeah, not a good book. So I remember being at home with my newborn that was either screaming or sleeping, had to be attached to my boob at all times. I remember thinking there has to be something in this book about what I'm supposed to be doing. And it just kept saying, feed the baby, feed the baby. I called the lactation consultant at the hospital. Oh, just keep doing what you're doing. I called the La Leche League. They said, just don't give the baby a bottle, whatever you do. By the time we went in to see the lactation consultant in person, she had lost a little bit of weight. They kept saying, you can supplement with formula. We want you to triple feed, feed the baby both sides, give the baby formula through the SNS. We want you to pump. And then we want you to do that every 2 hours into perpetuity. The next day, we came back. They sent us in for a bilirubin test, and their bilirubin was 21. They said, take them to the emergency room. They were admitted having lost 20% of their birth weight. I thought I had completely failed as a parent. I remember trusting this breastfeeding book to tell me what I needed to do to feed my child, for my child to be healthy, how to be a good mom, and it absolutely did not have that information. So when I read this book and then saw not only is it a brilliant analysis of the history of infant feeding, like, oh my gosh, Christy, you should be so proud. The medical knowledge that I think every parent needs to know about how feeding can go well and about how feeding can go catastrophically bad. But then the practical information that's inclusive. I have never read the words combo feeding in a parenting book. I have never seen a parenting book say the words formula is a safe feeding choice. Everything that I've seen about infant feeding from baby-friendly hospitals said things like formula puts your child at risk for SIDS, obesity, asthma, all the myths that you dispel in the first half of this book, but then going on to honor the choice, to honor individual families deciding what works for them. It's so meaningful. I can't tell you how important this is to read.